doing? You guys, I just got a new job. Thank you. It's like a good job too. I don't know if you know, this is not a job. It's like a startup. Do you guys know what that is? Okay, cool. I don't. So next, you could just come up to me after the show. So I don't know what a startup actually is, but this is what I feel after observing for like a month, okay? So a startup is like, two dudes had an idea, okay? And like, one dude was like, dude, your idea's so good, bro. And then the other one's like, your idea's so good, bro. And then they kiss. And then okay. So then one of the dudes is like, bro, I just remembered my uncle has like so much money, bro. And then the other guy's like, oh my God, we should use it for your idea, bro. And then the other guy's like, we should use it for your idea, bro. And then they like make out a little. And then they have to start hiring people. So they hire like very, very qualified like tech people. And they hired like semi-qualified art people. And then... And then everyone else is a nephew. I was being onboarded, I swear to God, by like a baby boy. He was like a tiny little baby, and it was like he had a tie on, so I was proud of him. I don't know. And you know how like babies talk fast? He was talking so fast, but I was like, this is so cute. I'll get it later, you know. So he's talking, and then all of a sudden, he abruptly stops, and he goes, okay, this is the part where we negotiate, which is not how you do that. And I was like, okay, what do you want to negotiate? And he was like, okay, you could make between 3,000 and 4,000. What do you want to make? And I was like, probably like 4,000. And he was like, okay, shit. Are you sure you want to make all 4,000? And I was like, can you make more? And he was like, no. And I was like, well, I guess I'll take that then. And he was like, oh, no. Uh-oh. And he was like going back and forth. And I was like, what's wrong, buddy? Like, what's happening with you? He's like, nothing. I just thought that you were going to say less. And I'm like, yeah, why did you think that? And he was like, because like a lot of times, like, women will say 3,800. And I was like, buddy, you weren't supposed to say that to me. I'll take 5,100. It's been good so far, no problem. I feel like that's like the best thing ever, though. It's like an Okay, is anybody here Gen Z? Yeah, amazing. You guys are my favorite generation. Yeah, in terms of like secrets, because like I was thinking about it, and like I don't care about this generational divide. Like people are like, I'm mad at you for being born in a year. Boring, all right? But like in terms of secrets, okay, because like you had boomers, not charming, because they didn't tell anybody anything. You know what I mean? They were just like, I love my dad and my government. And I'm like, I don't care. And then there's like Gen X, right? And they're depressed all the time. And I'm like, you own a house, buddy. Pull it together, you know? I'm millennial. We're very charming. We put our whole asshole on the internet. Pretty good, you know? But you guys are my favorite, because you'll do, like, your secrets and everybody else. Like, you'll be like, I have autism and my mom commits fraud. I'm like, okay, greatest generation. Like, tell me everything, no problem. Good, great, we did that. Okay, I want to do like a vulnerable thing. You guys have to be supportive. It's like kind of new. Okay, no problem. I want to be cool like you. Cool. You guys, you and me, it's crazy how we all have low libido. I have like a low libido, which is like bad for this and also as a comedian. Everybody wants you to be like, I've been having sex all day. And you're just like, nope. So I like have low libido and like I was trying to fix it. So I went to my doctor and he's like a man. And I was like, this is perfect. Because we've all seen those commercials, you know, where it's like, do you know a man whose dick is soft? Get him a pill. Like, it's an emergency, you know? And I was like, amazing. He's going to strap me to a gurney, get me the help I need, right? So I went up to him and I was like, hey, man, I have like low libido or whatever. And he was like, yeah, that happens to women. And I was like, yeah, man, make it not happen to this woman. How about that? And he was like, oh, I would, but like, you guys have a cycle and it takes a long time. So like, why don't you just give it 6 months? I was like, hey man, I could be dead in 6 months. And he was like, oh, don't worry, it's not dangerous. And I was like, I am dangerous. Okay, you're gonna have me out on the streets without the will to come? Like, I'm sorry, what am I supposed to do for pleasure? Hit a guy with my car? Like, what are you talking about? So I was pretty pissed. I went to my friend. I know that he's like a guy. He just got prescribed testosterone. And I was like, hey man, how'd you get the doctor to listen to you? And he was like, oh, it's so weird. Like, I didn't even go in about that. I went in because sometimes I get a little sleepy during the day. And then my doctor was like, are you satisfied with the amount that you're coming? And then I was like, I guess I could come more. And then he just gave me testosterone. And I was like, oh, this is why women drown their kids. I had no idea. I thought it was like a different thing. You know what I mean? I thought it was like, these ladies. But it turns out they just need to come. So I was very mad. And I went to my other friend, and she's like an older lady. And I was like, hey, I'm having low libido. And she was like, yeah, if I'm honest, I haven't had libido in years. And I was like, oh my God, what are you doing about it? And she was like, I just took up painting. And she's like a good painter. I was like, how much were you coming? Like, okay. That is so crazy. I don't want to learn trumpet. I want to come. Yeah, very upsetting. I went to my other friend and she's like an herbalist witch or whatever. So like now I'm a little horny. Thank you. So I'm like a little bit more horny. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna start having like kind of gay sex. Well, no, not gay. We don't have to do it that way. Like communicative sex or whatever, which is gay. And I was like, okay, because like I don't want to have any more like non-communicative sex. Because have you guys done straight? Yeah, bad. So bad. It's just like I didn't know that like because like I didn't know that I was used to having like gay sex, and I didn't know that like straight sex is a race because I would have won. I feel like communicative sex is this gay sex is this intense thing where nobody tells you how to do it, so you have to like figure it out, you know? So it's like a big and she's like and then you're like and she's like and you're like, okay. Straight sex is just like they're like, it's like Legos, like fit and you don't fit. Because when I started having having sex, it was like lady sex, and so it was like very communicative. So I remember like also like back then. Oh, when I came out, by the way, coming out now is amazing. You can like be mad. You can be like, "Fuck you, mom, I'm gay," and she'll be like, I love my gay son bumper sticker. It used to not be like that. Also, you can like, whatever, it's fine. When I came out, it was like a whole like, you had to do like a Star Wars arc to get gay. Like a short friend had to be like, you're gay. And you had to be like, I'm not gay. And then they had to be like, yes, you are. And you'd be like, no, I'm not. And then your nonna had to catch you being gay. And it was like, you'd be like, no, no, no. And she'd be like, Madia, why? And then kick you out for a little bit. And then you had to come back and I think kill your dad. I haven't seen the movie, but like that's what I feel is happening. So anyway, I was like out on my own. Oh, also you had to get like a gay crew. Are you guys still on my journey? You had to get like a gay crew, and it couldn't be like half gay and half whatever we're doing now. It had to be like you're fucking gay, and you had to be like gay, and so then you were gay, and then if you were like me and you were like, hey, you guys, I want to like whatever do a dick, you know. They'd be like, I'm sorry. Are you a war criminal? Is that what you said? You'd be like, yes. So I was out on my own looking for like a dick. And you don't know what to look for. So I just like picked like a random man. He was like in a cap. Who even knows? I was like, excuse me, sir, I need to do a dick, whatever. And he was like, yeah, for sure. And he just came over, and I was like, okay, perfect. Like, and then we did it. So he got done, and then he just rolled away. And I was like, come back. Uh-oh, we missed a spot. He was like, sorry, babe. You're so hot, I just had to come. And I was like, yeah, for sure. You have to come, and we all have to come, right? Get on back here. We have work to do. And then he told me he would get me back later. I was like, oh, this isn't on layaway. We're not doing like credit stuff. So then he came back, and then this is what happens, right? So like, if you're not communicating, then someone is doing a move, and then the other person is dealing with that move. So his move was he came back and he just, he whacked my clit, and I was like, oh. I was like, you don't even know my middle name. You're just gonna whack it? That's so crazy to do. And he was like, what? Other girls like it? And I was like, were they in training? Like, because that's like the thing, right? Like, so they'll come back and they'll just like whack stuff and whatever. And I don't know. It's just like if you were a move guy, okay, I want you to go home tonight and just ask the person that you're with, do you like this? And I guarantee half of them will be like, never have, never will. Just, I thought you liked it. Okay, that's all. Thank you guys. Have a great night.